losing every step of the way so far. I've been waiting for a chance to heal these scars. I don't feel alone, but there's no one to save me. You're the only one that can guide me like a star. When I was falling, I was calling. When I was falling, I was calling you. These things that I run from, they keep hunting me down. No matter how far I go, they wanna drag me to the ground. You're the reason I keep fighting with darkness in myself. Whatever happens, promise me that you stay till the end. You'll stay till the end. You'll stay till the end. You'll stay till the When I was falling, I was calling. When I was falling, I was calling. Not afraid to die, not afraid to live, not afraid to open up and give. I'm not afraid of the future. Go on, bring it on. Darling, we will ride into that dawn. So far away, bring me down. If I die, it'll be on my own ground. Far away, take me out. If I die, it'll be on my own ground now.
Hello everybody. Welcome. Welcome. We are back, as promised, to fly some more. Today we're going to be doing something a little bit different. I'm going to attempt to use what skills I have with this aircraft to land in a pretty challenging airport. One that we have never flown to, one that I have never flown to before, actually, but that I always wanted to go to, and I've flown over it in real life, and it's a beautiful area, and I just want to go ahead and give it a try. So that's what we'll do it. Ray of Sunshine, welcome! Thank you for supporting us. Welcome aboard. As you can see here, we are in the beautiful X-Crafts Embraer 175 with the United Express livery. And we are situated here at Denver, and we're going to be taking this thing over to Aspen. So, in case you couldn't tell by the top of the screen there. Let's go ahead and start setting the airplane up. It's in a cold and dark state right now. So, let me go ahead and just turn the music down a little bit. Turn my headphones up so I can hear what I'm doing. And then we'll jump right into this here. So, cockpit of the Embraer looks a little bit different, obviously, because we got these funky yokes here instead. I think they're called bicycle yokes or something like that. Anyway, they're a little bit different than what you'd normally see on a Boeing airliner, at least. Just before we get going, one little tiny detail I did notice here was this flashlight is really helpful for cold and dark, especially when you're in a like doing a morning flight, or if you're in a really dark area. So let's go ahead and get this going here. The GPU will connect the jetway here. Forward passenger. We can get the engine covers off because we don't need those. Forward and aft cargo can go open, and then we will come up to the overhead panel first. And everything on the Embraer is, again, I've overcomplicated it when trying to learn it because I thought it was actually, much more challenging than it actually is. So, let's go ahead and select battery 1 and battery 2.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome aboard. As you find your seats, please throw any larger carry-on luggage in the overhead compartment and place any smaller items underneath the seat in front of you. If you are seated in row 1, those are all end seats and there's no room in front of you, so you'll need to put your items in an overhead bin.
Alright.
Let me know if I can be of any help.
Let the cabin crew do their thing there. Nav light is already on. I guess my bindings don't work for my yoke here, so it's fine. We'll go no smoking and seatbelts. Okay. Silence the master caution there, and then let's go ahead down to the FMC and program it for departure. Now this FMC is a bit more tricky than the other ones, which is primarily why I don't fly this airplane too much, but come down to ident, check the air database, that's good. Kilo Alpha Sierra Echo. And we're not flying Republic Airways, we're flying SkyWest today, so... $57.81, which will be our... Whoops. Goes in flight ID. Obviously, we can tell that I haven't spent too much time in this airplane. Not to worry. We'll request our company load sheet. It's good. Load the airplane. I do like this because it's integrated with SimBrief really easily, and you can just kind of throw your data in there, and it'll actually tell you who's seated in what part of the cabin, so that's cool. Takeoff performance. Let's check our weather here. Here at Denver, we're going to be taking off from runway 25. Wind 230 at 9 knots. Temperature is 21 Celsius. Altimeter 3021. Takeoff weight. Check my load sheet. Estimated takeoff weight is 75,860, so that's a little bit more tailored to us here. SimBrief calculates flaps 2, takeoff 1, and let's see what we get here. Okay, V1 speed 138, rotate 139, V2 141. Oh, sorry, I haven't checked the chat. Sorry, I'm really bad at that. I'm just babbling on about airplane stuff. Hello, though. I'm posting this to YouTube as well, so... Don't give me the frowny face. Alright. Let's go to departures. Runway. Runway 2. Damn it. Oh, do I really have to go back and do this all again? Yeah, I'm not good with this FMC at all. At all. Let me just cancel this. Departure. There we go. Okay. Runway 25, which I hope isn't 3 million miles across the airport. No, it's not. Okay. That's fine. We are following the Connor 7 departure. No transition, because it doesn't exist for that. Apply. Okay, that's correct. Then we're going from Connor to direct to Mary, M-M-A-R-Y. Direct Mary, and then we're already on our arrival into Aspen. See, I'm kind of confusing the two between the Airbus and the Boeing FMCs.
Once again, welcome aboard. My name is Ava, and I'll be assisting you in the cabin today. Prior to closing the boarding door, federal regulations require that all carry-ons be completely underneath the seat.
And then the approach is really what's going to freak me out here, because we're going to do basically just a visual approach for Arnav Zulu runway 15. And there really isn't any...
Either in a bag under the seat in front of you or in the overhead bin. Federal regulations require that all passengers be aware that the flight deck door is located in front center of the aircraft. No unauthorized persons may attempt to enter the flight deck, and passengers may not congregate in the area around the galley or lavatory.
I don't want...
If you are seated in an exit seat and do not meet the section criteria noted on the safety information card, or are unwilling, unable, or concerned about performing the listed functions, please let me know at this time. I will gladly reseat you.
There's like no approach charts for this, which is even more spooky. But you know what? Let's do the DBL transition and see what that brings us to. Star is going to be the Mary 1 star, and no transition for that. Okay, apply, activate. Now, what I just want to see here is we'll come to our plan mode here and scroll through the flight plan that we got. Okay, so we do have a vector to this, what is this? Eagle VOR. So if I can actually just put DBL, whoops. I'm so used to them being next to each other that they're not, it doesn't even like, it's freaking me out here. Okay. Let's try that. Connect the two. Connect Werner to DBL. And then just kind of fly. I'm not, again, not familiar with the terrain. I'm not familiar with anything around here. So I'm just going to open up my chart here. Oh, now we could fly a visual approach, but just fly to DBL and then disconnect the autopilot, make a 163 or heading on 163, and then, I mean, could do that too. So, okay, we'll kind of just decide as we go. We'll see how the airplane performs. Logo light can go on because I want that. We need the emergency exit lights as well. There we go. Emergency exit lights are armed. I kind of just want to do the visual approach, honestly. So, what do they recommend? 12,500 feet at DBL. So let's finish up the calculations here, and then, because honestly, I'd like to do that instead. If we can get to 12,500 feet at the OR, and then do the Roaring Fork River approach. Apparently, that's what it's called. Okay, next, cruise altitude is flight level 220 today. Okay, it doesn't populate here. Takeoff center of gravity is 17.2. 17.2. Zero fuel weight is 65,995. 65,995. And that'll start giving us some options for weight here. Yeah, you know what? I'm not gonna do the, I'm just gonna do a visual approach to runway 15 instead. Put that in here. But we're gonna need to change that before we, Okay, this didn't populate either, so that kind of annoys me. Send to FMS. Better get a move on here. I just find this FMC so confusing. I just don't like it. This should put all this information in for me, and it doesn't. Okay, clearly calculated the flaps, but there, I just want to. What if I hit root? Okay, here we go. Runway 15. I guess we put in this localizer DME. Measure how far we are away from the airport. We don't need localizer. Ah, here's where it okay. Yes, that's what we want. We do want this, actually. Okay, localize our runway 15. We don't need any of these approach transitions, so we'll select that. Star is still going to be Mary 1. We'll apply that. I guess it kind of despawns everything, so we'll activate, come to flight plan. Fly 239 is assigned. Tebow. Where's Tebow? Oh, that's end of the Connor. Then we need. I need to put in Mary here. Yeah. Werner vectors, and then we're actually gonna go from Werner direct to. I'm gonna put in the Delta Lima Bravo. DBL, sorry, Delta Bravo Lima. 113.0. Okay, obviously it's going to be in the US, not China, so we can take out lift. Delete lift. Delete that, and delete that. Yes, that's what I want. Okay, that looks good. I like that. Sorry it's taking so long to set this plane up. Yes, that looks good. Okay, I like that. And then I just want to go through, make sure the altitudes are okay. Our LNAV and VNAV are... We're already starting about 5,500 feet above the sea level, so... Ooh, this is going to be fun. I am excited over this. I'm actually pretty excited. Is everything okay with the stream? Is it, you can hear me okay? Sounds good. Procedure not authorized at night. Oh, crap. Alright, well, you know what? We're going to do it anyway, so... Okay, let's set the... Whoa. Okay. Let's set the pressure setting here at Denver, which is going to be 3022. 3022. The I think I've just like lost my There we go. Okay. Can you still hear me okay? Top altitude is actually 23,000. We're not even going to need that, so... We only want 22,000. Okay. Let's go to takeoff here. V1, 138, 139, 145. 138, 139, 145. And VFS is 195. Landing, we can kind of calculate this as we go. That's set on my PFD, so that's good. Center departure, takeoff. Yeah, that's what I want. And pitch 11 degrees. Okay. Let's go ahead and put the... we'll plan the push here. That'll take us back to about here.
Ground to cockpit. Plan acknowledged. Call me through the menu when you are ready.
All right. Everything's looking good so far here, folks. I'm not going to arm anything, any autopilot mode at the moment. We'll just continue making sure that this information is correct. We can start closing up the doors here to the airplane. I'll close up the cargo doors. And we can actually start the APU, but I just want to make sure one thing here. Uh, 95, 60. Yep. This is our block fuel. Okay, come upstairs, APU going to on. I want to wait for that little yellow bar to stop flashing there, and then we can move the lever to start. Hold it for a few seconds. And you can actually hear it powering up and see it powering up here. Okay, and you can actually hear the APU bleed coming on, so that's good. Okay, we're almost ready to go here. Let's go ahead and close the passenger door. And I'm going to go ahead
Ladies and gentlemen, the boarding door is now closed. Federal regulations require that all large portable electronic devices be turned off, unplugged, and stowed at this time. Feel free to use small, lightweight devices. Just make sure that the device is set to airplane mode and that cellular service has been turned off.
The chocks are gone, so
the
we'll
captain may request that all
just...
devices be turned off during flight.
Ground to cockpit. Tow is driving up.
Surely. Thank you for flying Express.
Red beacon light is going on. And we'll wait for them to connect the tug there.
Okay, all doors and hatches are closed. Ready to connect.
Is it laggy?
Winching strap and adapter in position. Release parking brake when ready to start pushback.
Okay. We're ready. Let's get this thing going here.
Starting pushback, and you may start engines.
All right. We're on our way here. Oh! Forgot the jetway. Whatever. Should have disconnected automatically, but whatever. Okay, so startup procedure on this airplane is ridiculously easy. We'll just come to the status page, monitor these N1 and N2 values, and it's just as simple as coming down to the power plant down here. And they're doing the safety briefing in the back, so... Oh, okay, they're linked. Whatever. Okay, and you just move engine number 1 to start. See N2 increasing. Hear the packs go off automatically. You don't have to touch anything. Leave it. N2 is increasing. I hear an echo.
Operation complete. Set parking brake.
Parking brake is set.
Disconnecting tow. Stand by.
Okay, and we can start engine 2.
Curing with the elastic band and tighten.
Tow is disconnected and bypass bin has been removed. Hand signal on the right. We'll see you next time and have a safe flight.
If you're sitting with someone needing assistance, put your mask on first, then offer assistance. In preparation for takeoff, please check to make sure your seatbelt is securely fastened low and tight, that your tray table is up and locked, and seat backs are in their upright position. All carry-on items need to be placed beneath the seat in front of you, and large portable electronic devices need to be turned off and stowed. Small lightweight devices must be switched to airplane mode.
Okay,
Secure.
he's given us the thumbs up. Good. 2 good engine starts. We've closed the covers there. Let's select flaps 2 for departure. There we go. Auto brake coming to RTO. Flight directors. LNAV and VNAV. Let's engage that. There should be like one more thing I'm missing here. Auto throttle. I guess we have to manually arm the auto throttle. But it should engage as soon as you set takeoff thrust, so... Okay, that's as good as it's getting, I guess. Okay, whatever. We'll figure it out as we go. Taxi light and wing inspection light is going on, and we can get going here. And we'll shut the APU down as well. Again, very automated airplane, so it doesn't require a lot of procedural knowledge to go through things one by one. I actually want to accelerate to make sure this... I don't know why it's so blurry. That's one thing that I don't like. It's probably just me, but... I feel like we're moving really quickly here. 20 knots. Oh, another cool thing. If it would work. Take this. Think I should have taken that taxiway there. Okay, no worries. I don't know why my the takeoff config is not working. I need to take this exit here before I go off and into some part of the airport I don't want to go to. I feel like it's laggy here. Enable performance mode in editor context. I have no idea what that means. Oops. Alright, well, I don't know if this is going to work, but we'll see. We shall see, my friends. Select the TCAS to TARA. Landing lights are going on. Sterile cockpit, strobes. Something is linked here. The beacon light. The landing lights. Interesting. Okay. We're clear on the left and clear on the right. Alright, looks good to me. Okay. Enjoy the departure, my friends. Let's get going here. Thrust set. Hold on a second here. Why is it not in toga? Let's try and rotate it anyway and see what happens.
Throttle. Throttle.
Okay, we are in the air. Wow. I am not liking this autopilot right now. Let's try vertical speed instead.
Autopilot.
Okay. Weird. Again, not very good with the autopilot here, but did our best. Hold on a minute here. What's going on here? Whoa, 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 whoa. 22,000. Flight level change. Okay, now it is just overshooting this. Yeah, the autopilot in this thing is not great. Not great. Not great. Okay, well, we're up. This looks like it's, oh, for God's sake. Ah, jeez. Sorry, but I just don't enjoy flying this thing.
And seatbelt sign is still on. When the captain turns off the fasten seatbelt sign, it will be safe to move about the cabin. This aircraft is equipped with 2 lavatories, one each located in the front and rear of the cabin. Please do not congregate in the aisle area around the galley or lavatory. Please keep your seatbelt fastened at all times. Serving a variety of complimentary drinks.
Alright, well, we'll keep going here until something happens. Well, at least we're climbing normally. So weird we couldn't even engage like takeoff thrust. Anyway, climbing through 17,400 feet. They say it's one of the easiest planes to fly, and I just disagree. When you're coming from Boeing and Airbus, it's so much, the colors mean something different, the autopilot is all different, it's just not my favorite experience. But I did want to fly to Aspen tonight, so that's why I chose this airplane to fly. So, and it looks like it's pretty bad weather anyway. Probably shouldn't have done this at this point. And it seems to me like things are laggy on the stream too, so... is low. But I don't want to do anything right now to touch it. welcome. Welcome aboard. This very scary flight. Thank you for supporting. I really appreciate it. Well, this should be interesting because we've reached our cruising altitude here, so that's good. The speed's going to start increasing up to our preset of 290 knots. We're already getting close to the top of descent, which is also good. It's a really short flight. Okay, now while we have literally maybe a minute or two, we can go through our descent preparation here. Open Aspen. The wind at Aspen, please be good wind. Wind is calm, that's what I love to see. Temperature is 10 degrees Celsius. QNH 3038. Landing weight. Estimated landing weight is 73,841. Flaps full. Condition is dry. Icing no. Reversers all operational. I'm going to lower the altitude here to 12,500 feet. That's fine. Okay, and then send this information to the FMS. Arrival, landing. I don't know why it doesn't. It should be populating this information in here. VREF 125. VAP 130. I've wanted to play this game for a while now. I'm not sure if I should play it. Would I recommend? Well, if you're into flight simulators, I prefer realistic physics when I am flying, for the most part. So, I try and do these flights as close to realistic as possible. But there are some things that obviously you can't replicate. But if you do want, I do find that this simulator in particular, X-Plane, okay, we've started our descent, that's good. Speed is going back to 250. And we're starting to descend very slowly. Yes, I do find that if you value physics more than scenery, X-Plane's definitely going to treat you better. I also find X-Plane to be a little bit more user-friendly in terms of setting up keybinds, setting up pretty much everything. I find that Microsoft Flight Sim is just a little bit overcomplicated. Things don't work as though I would want them to. Okay, obviously it's not doing what I really wanted to do here, and that isn't a fault of X-Plane, that's a fault of me. But path, that's what I want. There we go. Alright. Although if you prefer graphics, visual enhancement, even stuff like ground operations, without a doubt, Microsoft Flight Simulator is what I would suggest for you. But I have spent almost the entirety of my flight sim career learning to fly on X-Plane. So yes, I would give this a high rating. They have done quite a bit of improvement in X-Plane 12 in terms of the lighting and weather systems. So that's nice to see. But yeah, if you're interested in a professional like home simulator, X-Plane will treat you well if you want realistic physics. For sure, for sure. Kind of up in 19,000 feet here. I'm scared. I'm actually scared because we should be able to see everything out here. So this is going to be fun. This is going to be an interesting little adventure here. We're going to have to fully configure the airplane for a shot-in-the-dark visual with an airplane I'm not very comfortable in. Of course, yeah. And again, anything about other aircraft in this sim, I'm more than happy to explain technical details about. I know very little about the Embraer. The systems of the Embraer and the autopilot in particular, I just find very challenging. Doing our best though here. We are descending nicely, got the airplane on a correct path, so down into Aspen we go. Dial the vertical speed back a little bit. I was pretty sure that path was what I wanted, path mode. But clearly it's not doing what I wanted to do, so. We're actually like really close, closer than I thought we were, so I'm gonna actually have to start slowing the airplane down a little bit in a minute. Yeah, this is going to be fun, friends. We're already on the approach to that VOR, so I really need to start slowing down here. Manual, I'm going to come manual speed. We'll dial it back to 220 knots, that's fine. Vertical speed is good for now. Altimeter is 3038. 3038. Okay. I'm hoping that'll take us down to about 12,000 feet, but... Okay, we actually need to slow down even further here, so I'm going to take us to 210 knots, and I'll take us out to flaps 1. Okay, nice. FPA is what I thought I wanted, and that is what I want. So I'm actually going to get the landing lights on, sterile cockpit, Fasten seatbelts, we'll just keep that on. Get the cabin crew seated. VAC 140. I have to set that here. So VAP is 130, so that means I'm going to actually start slowing us down even further here. Okay, now in theory, that should be the runway. I'm going to take us down just a little bit further here. .160 knots. Flaps 2. Screw it, we'll do flaps 3. Alright, here's where it gets fun.
Autopilot.
We are completely hand flying right now.
Sync rate. Sync rate.
Throttle.
Ladies and gentlemen, we'll be landing in just a few minutes.
High speed.
Please make sure your seat
High speed.
I know.
High speed. High speed. High speed.
Sync rate.
High speed. High speed. High speed. High speed. High speed. High.
Please make sure all of your personal items are securely stowed, either under the
Sync
seat,
rate.
in front of you,
Sync
or
rate.
overhead bin.
Sync
All
rate.
personalized electronic devices need to be turned off, unplugged, and stowed. While lightweight devices need to be unplugged, switched to airplane mode and secured. As a reminder, please make sure all personal belongings are clear the aisle, and let us know if there's anything we need to do to get you ready for landing.
$1,000. $500. $500. Approaching minimums. Minimums. 200. Minimums.
Wow, what a steep
100.
approach. Holy Christ.
50. 40. 30. 20. 10.
Auto brake.
Okay. Something's up with my reversers again, because that happened on the 737 flight from a few days ago. Anyway,
Ladies and gentlemen,
we
welcome.
are here.
We'll be taxiing for the next few minutes. Please remain seated with your seatbelts fastened.
Uh,
All items stowed until the fasten seatbelt sign
Yeah.
is turned off.
Well,
Please make sure you have all your
ridiculously
personal
tough.
belongings
I don't know,
aboard the aircraft.
because I'm not familiar with the,
You are now free to use your mobile phones and small lightweight devices in transmit mode.
I am not familiar with the autopilot. Catch me on a good day when I'm flying like the 737 or something and I'll be fine.
As a reminder, smoking is not permitted until you reach a designated smoking area. On behalf of X-Crafts and your entire Hawkins, Indiana-based flight crew, we thank you for flying with us today and you enjoy your stay here, or wherever your final destination may be.
We will get the strobes off, landing lights off. Whoops! I'm not paying attention because there's too much going on. This airplane is just difficult in general. Let's pick a gate here. Tiny little airport here in Aspen, but lots of private jets and cool things to see. The APU still didn't start, so that's really I'll take this. Alright, we'll stop here. Of course I didn't put the flaps up again. I'm a mess. I'm a mess at this plane. Just wait until that cleans up there and then we can shut the engine down. Really short flight, though. Short flight controls here. Okay. We'll shut the engines down now. Okay. GPU.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome aboard. As you find your seats, please throw any
Okay,
larger carry-on
and
luggage in the
that
overhead
is
compartment
that.
and place any smaller items underneath the seat in front of you. If you are seated in row 1, those are all end seats and there's no room in front of you, so you'll need to put your items in an overhead bin.
A little bit of an interesting experience there. But hopefully you guys enjoyed the flight. It's probably going to be a while before I fly this thing again. Because I'm going to need to do some more research on it. The autopilot, and I just can't remember it when I'm flying Airbus and Boeing most of the time. Might actually do a cargo route in the MD-11, which would be fun. I like that one. That's pretty fun to fly. This one, I can't get my head around the autopilot. It's so difficult to use. And there should be something here that I'm missing for... Oh, that's that little button there. Okay. Alright, I've watched like 30 different videos on the Embraer, and it's just, whenever I try and go and fly it, it never sticks. So, a little bit of a challenge, but we got here safe, so for the most part. Anyway, hopefully you guys enjoyed the stream. That's gonna be it for me today, I think. We're apparently the first people to land at Aspen today, so that's cool. I'll try that again at some point, but the runway is actually very small. It's very narrow here. This is a very narrow runway. I don't know how... I'm just glad the wind was calm, and it would obviously be much better if you could see the scenery around here, because, I mean, even the pine trees, it's really a pretty area. It's obviously a ski village, but it's a pretty area, and I wish it was daytime still, but because then we could see the airport, which this kind of looks like a log cabin kind of vibe too. But there's really just a million different... Anywhere you can think of, they've got scenery and customizable things for it. But, oh, and it's actually higher than Denver, too. I didn't even realize that. The airport elevation is actually higher than Denver. But anyways, my friends, that is all from me. I hope you enjoyed the flight today. Thank you to all our new subscribers and for tuning in. I'll do my best to do some streaming this week as well, although work's going to be pretty busy, so I'll do my best. But anyway, until then, my friends, thanks for coming, and I will see you next time.